Hello fighters, this is Brett with Universus and we're here to talk about the new Soul Leveling product. So we got a teaser for it earlier in the week and I thought it was going to be leading to some new challenges or a new set or even a blitz box, and kind of everyone had the same idea. Response on play were excited for it. I know other people were looking at it, and even people in the comments of the video we'll talk about how hyped they were to see all these other characters being brought to light. But UVS has just dropped a brand new article. Please do go check it out. I will try to remember to put it in the actual description. I'm really bad at remembering to do that. And we're looking at an S-Class Hunter Experience Bundle as well as a Shadow Monarch Spotlight Bundle. Now, to me, the wording of that is very interesting. The fact they're calling it a Spotlight Bundle rather than an Experience Bundle, and I'll get a little bit more into that in a second. So rather than me starting off with theorizing, let's start off with what we already know. The S rank Hunter Experience Bundles are a reimagined alternate universe. The Experience Bundles is something we've been seeing more and more of. We got Fresh Cut Grass last year as an Experience Bundle. Then we've got the Fatal Fury City of Wolves t-shirt bundle. And now we're looking at a very cool experience. Well, this might be something we see moving forward from UVS as a way to highlight IPs and take advantage of all these assets that they've got, celebrating IPs when they may not have sets or other product coming out this year. I know one of the things people have been talking about is the fact that we get these IPs and then we kind of abandon them. But being able to use experience bundles to keep My Hero, Attack on Titan, these IPs that we've got, keep them alive in the game by reskinning characters and giving people who join these games for these IPs access to them by reskinning characters and giving this alternate universe kind of thing. I've said before, Universus is kind of the singularity of fighting games where everyone comes to meet, and you're going to meet people like yourself. This is also very cool because it means that we're not seeing mechanically unique promos, although some of them have had some changes, but we'll get into that very quickly. So Universus had the chance to make some brand new soul leveling playmats, and they chose to do this alternate universe experience bundle kind of aspect. And the four characters we're getting are Sung Jinwoo, E rank Hunter, but we'll get to him soon. Cha Hae-in, I really hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, who appears to be a reimagined version of the Battle for Humanity Attack on Titan Levi. 6 hand size, 30 health, so an increase of 2 health. No character traits this one, but the same symbols and the same abilities. Charge and our weapons get +1 speed, +1 damage, and you can commit to pick up a weapon card. And the art is looking very nice from this. This looks very similar to the GG Raid. The very cool kind of checkered aspects, but that gate symbology in the background of the card and the playmat, very cool. This is a running theme where we see this stylized gate in the background. We go to Bayek Yon Ho. Now, this is a character that's been relatively recently released. This is a reimagination of Ryu, World's Strongest Warrior. Still got the brawler, still got the health. This is kind of just a one-for-one reskinning. The imagery is absolutely beautiful. I imagine this is going to look very cool in foil, and is very in line with what the character's kind of fighting style is. It's very interesting. It's very cool to see this aspect, and it's not the first time we've seen just a pure reskinning of a character. We saw this with Ball Might when they did the Anime Expo promos a couple of years ago, and this is absolutely solid for this character is. Then we have Choi Jong-in. Now, I'm not a big fan of Choi Jong-in. I think he's very pretentious, but he is a reskinning of one of my favorite characters, which is Caleb. And again, keeping everything the kind of same here. Keeping everything kind of same. We've got the symbols, but the style, the heat radiating off the fireball, the playmat is absolutely beautiful. This is an absolute solid decision, kind of, to go with the Firebug of the Mighty Nine and go, this is what the Firebug of the Solo Leveling universe is going to be. And it kind of has that adaptation feel. Cha is the speedy swordsman of Solo Leveling, so Levi is a great one to put in there. Briek is a brute force, absolute monster machine, and Ryu fits in with that. And we have, again, as I said, the Firebug, the strongest firecaster of Soul Leveling, being mixed in with the strongest firecaster of the Mighty Nine. These are absolutely solid. These are absolutely solid to take. And the S rank Hunter bundles go live on the UVS shop November 14th, and they'll be $29.99 each while supplies last. So once they run out, once they run out. However, there's nothing mentioned about the Shadow Monarch Bundle. Now, each of these promos I've shown you are one of one, but then we get to Sung Jinwoo. Sung Jinwoo's had the biggest updates. His character art is for him when he's now an S rank. His character art is now him when he's an S rank hunter. He's been given an additional skill tree, the Shadow Monarch skill tree, as part of his static ability. When you start the game, you can start with the Assassin or the Shadow Monarch, and his promos are 1 of 6. Now, Universus R&D believes that the Shadow Monarch bundle will come with one of each character and then one of each skill tree with this alt art treatment. I went in a different direction, and I think we're going to see early reskins or possible advanced reskins. This is something we've already seen coming in with the Fern and Dorian Gen Con promos. They're promos that have come in that aren't legal yet, so it means that there's either product in the work or they're collector's items at the minute until the product is out. And I think this is what we're going to see for Sung Jinwoo E-Rank Hunter. We're going to see this beautiful alt art. We're going to get an alt art assassin skill tree. We're going to get an alt art Shadow Monarch skill tree ahead of getting, say, a new product or a new challenger next year or 2027. And the other 3 cards are going to be backup Shadow Soldiers. Igris, Tank, and Tusk, the main 3. The lovable hyper boy himself who just wants his boss to show him that he's doing a good job in Tank, and a great backup to have coming in, this kind of soaking up first attacks. I think this would be a great one to put in there. Tusk will be a great one to add additional damage, add additional support from the mage aspects, and Igris is just an absolute machine. And we already have backups that you can do this with. You could have Tank being a kind of, this is where your first attack has to come kind of backup. You can have Igris being a backup that cares about getting you attacks or helping you attack. And then we could have Tusk just being an absolute beast. There's great reskins, but I think these are going to be future-proofed promos, giving us a hint as to what is going to come, especially when you look at this playmat with this Season 2 promotional art on the playmat. And the reason we haven't got a price or release date for this one yet is because I think this is going to be a beast of a bundle, and I think this is going to sell out a lot faster, and they need more time to tell what's going to be in there. This is the only one that I saw that had stacked imagery, and then someone pointed out it's 1 of 6, and I think this is going to be the major selling card. I think this is going to be one hell of a bundle, and if there's any I'm going to be saving my money for to be getting, it would be the Sung Jinwoo E-Rank Hunter one, because this is going to have 6 cards in it, and it's going to give us some hints and tips as to what we're seeing in the future, as it already has done with the Shadow Monarch skill tree. And anyone who's a fan of the IP knows that Shadow Monarch skill tree requires Shadow Soldiers, and the best thing we have in the game at the minute for Shadow Soldiers is backups. I think this is going to be an absolute... I think this is going to sell very quickly. I think Soul Leveling fans are going to come out for it. This is going to be great for exposure to the game, and we really need to follow this up with some kind of announcement as to future IP, future products for this. It's a great time to do it. There's hype still generating around what's going on with Season 3, and I really, really want this to go well. My initial response was disappointment. I can't deny that. As a massive Soul Leveling fan, as someone who loves this IP, this wasn't what I was expecting, but R&D kind of calmed me down and said, yeah, just because you were not, wasn't what you were expecting, doesn't mean that it's bad. This is a great way to show us what the alternate universe experience bundles are going to be. It's a great way to set up the alternate universe experience bundles as a whole, and it's a great way to take our play experience and give us new ways to do it if it's used sparingly. What I really hope we don't get is a kind of Magic the Gathering secret layer situation where we're just swapping out an influx of challengers for an influx of experience bundles every couple of months. That's my personal opinion. What do you guys think? I've kind of come around this. I'm really excited to see where this Sung Jinwoo is going to go. It's great to see that we're looking at new and different ways to explore this game. I've just put out a literal video on if this game is more complicated and the fact that we're not really looking at different ways to play this game anymore. We're just adding more things to it. And then UVS immediately dropped an article going, yes, we're going to look at different ways for you to play characters. We're going to show you different ways to experience the IPs. And immediately, this is a great thing to do. I'm very hyped to see what the other 5 cards of this are going to be. But I really hope that we do get some more soul leveling news soon, because I would hate to see a Shadow Monarch skill tree hit this game and then we don't see any support for it for a couple of years. That's my biggest worry, but I'm very excited to see if these sell and if I'm going to be able to pick some of these up on the secondary market. What do you guys think? Are you guys excited for these? What characters would you like to see get this kind of alternate universe as well? What characters do we have that would also fit other IPs? I think that is a very cool thought experiment to go through. And when UK versus podcast come back, it might be something myself and Cam sit down to talk about. But I will catch you all in the next video. I'll see you at game night, where I will once again be rocking Sung Jinwoo. I'll see you there. Bye.